Hello and welcome. You're watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television and I'm Waris Mohammed. These are the stories making headlines. Somaliland Presidential Press Office releases a press statement. Somaliland Minister of Information speaks about current efforts in his ministry. Almost 4 million turnout for unity rallies across France. Somaliland's Presidential Press Secretary Ahmed Saleban Duhul released the following press statement. President of Somaliland Ahmed Mohamed Silani signed a bill presented by the House of Representatives as a result of unanimous approval to fight and contain the spread of HIV/AIDS in Somaliland. In a press statement issued by the presidency last night, notified media that President has officially signed to implement the legislation to contain the spread of the fatal HIV/AIDS and substantially reduce the number of citizens unknowingly contracting these diseases. The HIV/AIDS Commission has been credited with taking major steps on reducing the number of people infected with the virus by providing medical services and raising awareness on the importance of getting rid of the stigmatization of HIV victims. Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance informs the media about ministry efforts on development. Information, Culture and National Guidance Abdullahi Muhammad Dahir Akuse, speaking to SLN TV, reiterated ministerial efforts on development as well as ongoing steps targeting various ministry services. Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance, speaking to SLN TV, informed about reforms made on news, including making a new intro music being introduced that will be broadcasted with news as well as substantial reforms implemented on several key areas. Minister Abdullahi Muhammad Dahir, speaking on the ministerial plans, stated that the ministry dedicates major efforts to making substantial development on news and programs broadcasted by SLN TV and Radio Hargeisa to provide citizens with access to news feed about the development endeavors ongoing throughout Somaliland. The Minister of Information reiterated that ministerial efforts at taking services forward are aimed to enhance experience of media professionals and stretch the reach of SLN TV journalists across the country. Somaliland Minister of Commerce Dr. Musa Qasim Umar spoke to the media on the achievements of his ministry and its effective role in facilitating registration for the national trading companies. The minister elaborated on the main responsibilities of the Ministry of Commerce. He said that trade in our country is one of the main resources for the country. However, the Ministry of Commerce is responsible of creating and providing the necessary assistance for these businesses to operate in the country and become part of the current developmental process. Somaliland Minister of Commerce Dr. Musa Qasim Umar urged the diaspora returnees to invest in the country and freely explore the different opportunities available in the private sector of Somaliland, and stressed on the necessity to regularly pay the taxes as their contribution in improving the economy of the country. Director General for the Ministry of Commerce Mohammed Sheikh Umar urged the people of Somaliland to support the government of Somaliland's incessant initiatives to catalyze the overall developmental process taking place in Somaliland. You're still watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for the international headlines in detail. It was a show of solidarity never before seen in France. Almost 4 million people have turned out in Paris and other cities for unity marches after the murder of 17 people in 3 separate terrorist attacks. Officials say attendance in Paris was more than 2 million and the figure was at least 3.7 million nationwide. This breaks the previous record for the largest rally in France, the liberation of Paris after World War II. A man said, "I came out spontaneously today because French people have died, and to defend equality, freedom, fraternity, that we rest secular and choose our own beliefs. Our heart is bleeding." Another man said, "I hope it's not just a short-lived protest. I hope that behind all of this something will happen on a national level, international level, a wake-up call that's going to lead to change." Families of the victims also led the march in Paris alongside dozens of world leaders. More than 50 world leaders at the Paris Unity March against terrorism on Sunday included those from Germany, the UK, Italy, Spain, Poland, and Ireland. The Israeli Prime Minister and the Palestinian President were also there, as well as the UN Secretary General and the US Attorney General. The President of Mali was also there, a nation France is helping militarily in its fight against Islamist militants, as was the President of the European Commission. Also leading the march were relatives of the Paris terrorist attack victims, the 10 people shot inside the offices of the Charlie Hebdo satirical newspaper on Wednesday. The 2 police officers also shot, a policewoman killed the next day, and 4 hostages shot at a kosher supermarket on Friday. As the French president offered his condolences to the families, details of another victim came to light. It has been revealed a jogger who was shot and wounded in Paris on Wednesday night was shot by the gunman who killed the hostages at the kosher supermarket. Thanks for watching. That's all the news. You can catch us tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care.